Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, I want to take a moment and ask you a question, a simple question with a powerful weight. What have you done with your chance? Because let me tell you something, life doesn't always hand you guarantees. It doesn't always give you a blueprint. But what it does do is present you with a chance. And the question is, are you being a good steward of the chance you've been given? You see, a chance is more than an opportunity. It's more than an open door. A chance is a divine appointment, a moment in time when destiny is whispering, what will you do with what I placed in your hand? A chance is a divine appointment, a sacred moment in time where destiny meets opportunity. It is not merely a random event or a lucky break. It is a purposeful moment designed for you to step into something greater. Too often people see a chance as something small, something insignificant, something they can take or leave without consequence. But a true chance, a real opportunity, carries weight. It is an intersection between what you have been preparing for and what God has placed in your path. When a chance comes your way, it is not always obvious. It does not always announce itself with trumpets and bright lights. Sometimes it is hidden in a simple task, an ordinary assignment, or a quiet moment where a decision must be made. The mistake many people make is assuming that opportunities always look like elevation, promotion, or recognition. But the truth is, chances are often disguised as responsibilities, as challenges, as assignments that seem too small to matter. Those who recognize this truth understand that faithfulness in the little opens the door to the greater. Think about David. When he was out in the field tending sheep, nobody saw him as a king. He wasn't standing on a stage commanding an army or making grand speeches. He was simply being a good steward of his responsibility, handling what was in his hands. Yet in that hidden place, he was developing the skills, the patience, and the character that would make him ready when his divine chance arrived. Had he neglected his field, had he dismissed his assignment as unimportant, he would have missed his moment when God called him forward. This is where many people struggle. They look at their lives and think, this isn't what I prayed for. This isn't what I wanted. And because of that mindset, they mishandle the opportunity that is right in front of them. A chance does not always come wrapped in comfort. It does not always appear when you feel ready. But those who have eyes to see and a heart to serve understand that the chance is not about what it looks like, it is about what it produces. You do not get to choose when or how the chance comes, but you do get to choose how you respond. You can either embrace it with faith, diligence, and excellence, or you can ignore it and let it pass by. The difference between those who step into purpose and those who remain stagnant is not talent, background, or resources. It is how they handle the chances they are given. Stewardship determines growth, and nothing in life truly expands until it is managed well. People often pray for increase, for promotion, for a greater platform, but the real question is, have they been faithful with what they already have? The way you handle what is currently in your hands determines whether you are ready for more. If you cannot be trusted with a little, why would you be entrusted with much? Growth does not come by simply wanting more. It comes through the process of proving that you can handle more. In every area of life, this principle holds true. A business cannot expand if its foundation is unstable. A leader cannot rise if they do not first learn how to serve. A person cannot be entrusted with influence if they have not yet demonstrated responsibility. God is not in the business of wasting blessings. He does not give abundance to those who neglect the small. If you are waiting for the next level, the next breakthrough, or the next opportunity, take a step back and ask yourself, have I truly maximized what I already have? Because growth is not about waiting for the perfect moment. It is about preparing in the present moment. There is a dangerous mindset that causes many people to miss their chance for greater things. It is the idea that small responsibilities do not matter, that excellence only applies when the stage is big enough, the paycheck is high enough, or the recognition is guaranteed. But true growth is tested in the unseen moments. How you handle the things nobody applauds, the tasks that seem mundane, the work that feels insignificant. These are the proving grounds. If you show up every day and put your best into what you have now, you are planting the seeds for something greater. Think of the parable of the talents. One servant took what he was given and multiplied it, while another buried his in the ground, afraid to take action. When the master returned, he did not reward the one who played it safe. He rewarded the one who took responsibility and increased what was given. That principle remains true today. If you do not use what you have, you cannot expect more. If you are not diligent with what is in front of you, do not be surprised when new doors do not open. Stewardship is not about waiting for better conditions. It is about taking what you have, no matter how small, and handling it with care, excellence, and purpose. Because when you are faithful over little, you position yourself for greater. Excuses kill opportunities. And too often people miss their moment not because they lack ability, but because they allow excuses to hold them back. Excuses are comfortable, they are convenient, and they provide an easy way out when things seem difficult or uncertain. But excuses do not change circumstances. They do not open doors, they do not build anything, and they certainly do not lead to success. Every person who has ever accomplished something great had just as many reasons to quit as they did to continue. The difference is that they refuse to let their excuses define them. Many people say they are waiting for the right time, but the truth is the perfect time does not exist. There will always be obstacles. There will always be something that could be better, something that is not quite in place yet. But those who succeed are the ones who learn to move forward despite the imperfections. They understand that growth is messy, progress is uncomfortable, and waiting for flawless conditions is just another form of fear. Excuses disguise themselves as wisdom, as logic, as practicality, but in reality they are roadblocks designed to keep people stuck in the same place. Fear is one of the greatest sources of excuses. People fear failure, so they convince themselves they are not ready. They fear rejection, so they tell themselves it is not their time. They fear what others will think, so they shrink back and avoid taking the risk. But fear should never have the final say in a person's destiny. The moment fear is given control, opportunity begins to slip away. Fear will always be present, but it must never be in charge. Those who push past fear and silence their excuses are the ones who see results. Excuses also come in the form of comparison. People look at others who are further along and say, I don't have what they have. I wasn't born into the right circumstances. I don't have the right connections. But what they fail to realize is that everyone who has ever accomplished something started somewhere. No one begins at the finish line. The ones who make it are the ones who take what they have, no matter how little, and refuse to let excuses hold them back. Every excuse is a missed opportunity in disguise. Every time a person chooses to justify inaction, they push their potential further away. But when excuses are eliminated, when action is taken despite imperfection, doors begin to open. And those who refuse to be held back by excuses are the ones who will see the greatest rewards. Challenges often hide blessings, and many people fail to recognize that their greatest opportunities are wrapped in difficulty. When faced with hardship, it is easy to assume that something has gone wrong, that life is unfair, or that the struggle is a sign to give up. But in reality, challenges are often the very things that shape, strengthen, and prepare a person for their next level. What may seem like an obstacle in the moment can actually be the training ground for something greater. Throughout history, some of the most successful individuals were those who refused to be discouraged by their struggles. Instead of seeing difficulty as a reason to quit, they saw it as an opportunity to grow. They understood that diamonds are formed under pressure, that gold is refined by fire, and that strength is developed through resistance. Without challenge, there is no growth. Without struggle, there is no strength. The very thing that seems like a setback could actually be the setup for a breakthrough. Many people pray for success, but they do not realize that success often comes disguised as responsibility, as trials, and as seasons of difficulty. David was anointed to be king, but before he could sit on the throne, he had to face giants, endure rejection, and navigate years of hardship. Joseph had a dream of greatness, but before he could see it fulfilled, he was thrown into a pit, sold into slavery, and wrongfully imprisoned. Their paths were not easy, but every challenge they faced was shaping them, preparing them, and positioning them for the future God had planned for them. The problem is that too many people want the blessing without the process. They want the reward without the refinement. But skipping the process means missing the preparation. Challenges teach discipline, resilience, and perseverance. They reveal character and expose weaknesses that need to be strengthened. The struggle is not meant to destroy. It is meant to develop. There is a reason why some doors only open after seasons of hardship. It is because challenges force growth. They push people beyond their comfort zones, stretch their capacities, and equip them with the skills they will need for their next level. Those who refuse to embrace the challenge will often find themselves stuck, repeating the same cycles, wondering why they are not progressing. But those who endure, who learn from their struggles, and who refuse to quit will find that on the other side of every challenge is a blessing greater than they ever imagined. Hard work precedes elevation, and no one rises to greatness without first putting in the effort where no one is watching. In a world where people often look for shortcuts and quick success, the truth remains that real, lasting progress comes from consistent, diligent work. Many people desire promotion, recognition, and influence, but they fail to understand that those things do not simply appear. They are earned through dedication, discipline, and persistence. The work done in private determines the reward seen in public. One of the greatest misconceptions is that success is about luck, talent, or connections. While those things may play a role, they are never a substitute for effort. A person can have all the talent in the world, but if they do not put in the work, their potential will go to waste. Someone else may have fewer resources or less natural ability, but through discipline and commitment, they will surpass the one who relies solely on talent. Hard work is the great equalizer. It separates those who dream from those who do. There is a tendency to believe that small tasks do not matter, that the work that goes unnoticed is unimportant. But the truth is, greatness is built in the small, unseen moments. Before someone can handle a position of leadership, they must first learn how to serve. Before they can stand on a stage, they must first practice in private. Before they can run a business, they must first master the basics of discipline, consistency, and integrity. Many people want the reward without the responsibility, but without effort, there is no elevation. Consider the stories of those who have risen to success. There is always a season of hard work, sacrifice, and perseverance. Athletes train for years before they ever compete at the highest level. Entrepreneurs spend long nights working on their businesses before they see a profit. Artists practice for hours when no one is watching before they ever perform on a grand stage. Every great success story includes a period of intense preparation, and those who are willing to put in the work will always be the ones who rise. Hard work is not just about doing what is required, it is about going beyond expectations. It is about being excellent even when no one is looking, about pushing forward even when it feels like nothing is happening. Those who commit to the process, who stay diligent in their work, and who refuse to give up will find that in due time, elevation will come, because when preparation meets opportunity, success is inevitable. Preparation unlocks the next level, and those who are ready before the opportunity arrives will always be the ones who step into greatness. Too often people wait for the door to open before they start preparing, but by then it is too late. The time to get ready is not when the opportunity comes. The time to get ready is now. Every season of waiting is actually a season of preparation in disguise. Those who understand this principle do not waste time complaining about delays or setbacks. Instead, they use the time to sharpen their skills, grow in wisdom, and develop the character they will need for the next level. Many people miss their moment not because the opportunity never came, but because they were not ready when it did. They were praying for a new job, but never worked on improving their skills. They were asking for a promotion, but never took the time to master their current responsibilities. They wanted to step into leadership, but never developed the discipline required to sustain it. Opportunity does not wait for preparation. It comes when it comes, and those who are not ready will watch it pass them by. The greatest breakthroughs do not happen by accident. They happen when preparation meets opportunity. Every major achievement, every big success story is the result of someone putting in the work long before anyone recognized them. The athlete who wins the championship spent years training when no one was watching. The entrepreneur who built a successful business spent countless hours learning, strategizing, and refining their skills. The speaker who captivates audiences practiced in empty rooms long before they stood on a stage. The unseen preparation is what creates visible success. Preparation is not just about learning skills or gaining knowledge. It is about developing the mindset, discipline, and endurance required to handle success when it comes. Many people think they are ready for the next level, but they have not yet built the character to sustain it. Success without preparation is dangerous because what has not been developed cannot be maintained. This is why some people rise quickly only to fall just as fast. They skipped the process, and when the pressure came, they were not strong enough to handle it. Those who truly want to step into their purpose must embrace the season of preparation. They must be willing to work behind the scenes, to grow in ways that may not be immediately recognized. The doors will open, the opportunities will come, and when they do, only those who have prepared will be able to walk through them. Because the next level does not go to those who wish for it. It goes to those who are ready.